Good morning, everyone. It's been a while since I got outside. As you can see, in my lovely city, we've had snow. It's been a few days, and it has done something it hasn't done in a while, and that is stuck to the ground. It's Colorado, and it's quite natural to have snow and for it to stick to the ground. But in the last few years, it hasn't been sticking. So I decided today was very sunny. I have been sick. Don't know what's wrong with me. But I can tell right now as I'm walking, and I'm only walking up the sidewalk, I'm out of breath. So I know I'm out of shape. And I have COVID pounds. I said COVID pounds, not COVID. But being in the house and being inactive, well, the pounds come on. Don't look bad either. So I decided to take a healthy little walk up the block. And I said, every step counts. I don't have to walk long distance. Just to, walk around the block. Try to do that every day. It's not a New Year's resolution. It's just, I've been thinking about it. You see my scarf? Well, I saw online where somebody took 2 scarves and made a hat. Mine came out pretty good. Did I make any New Year resolutions? No, I did not. I decided to put things in perspective. New Year's is a perception, and we all know something has to start. Well, we as humans, we need things to start somewhere. But in actuality, things just continue. So technically, well, figuratively, we started a new year, but technically, we just moved on to the next day. So as we moved on to the next day, the beginning of the new calendar year, what have I decided to do different? I haven't decided to do anything different. I decided to bring all the positive things from yesterday or the day before yesterday and those days before into these days. 1, family's important. See your family as often as you can, or speak to them as often as you can. 2, working from home is overrated. Every time you get a chance to walk into your place of employment and go to work, do that. 3, God is real. He is real no matter what way you decide to worship him. He is real. 4, prayer is powerful. And even if sometimes the answer to the prayer is no. And the reason sometimes it's no is because what you're asking for is not within the purpose. 5, grief. Don't spend too much time with others' grief. Be sympathetic, be there, be present, but don't be all over Facebook involved in other people's grief. You have your own to come, and their energies being involved in yours is going to interrupt your process. So I know that sounds kind of weird and kind of harsh, but sometimes when I would get on Facebook and I'd get caught up into other people's grief, I spend most of my time grieving and not living. Grief comes in its own time, And until then, live life and live it abundantly. 4, what you all know I've been saying this year is appreciate whatever season you're in. Look at me, I'm walking through ice, and it's like 39 degrees here, but it's nice, and I'm learning how to look around and appreciate the seasons, because I know when the summer comes, I like summer, but it can get too hot. So I live in a state where it's more cold than it's hot, so why waste all my time waiting for the hot? But I could just enjoy the beauty of the season. And when you look at where I live, you see the snow's on the ground, but we're quick to clear the streets. The streets and sidewalks are quick to be cleared. So even though there's snow on the ground, the roads are pretty travelable, and it doesn't take long for them to make it so. I don't know, I think it's modern technology or whatever, science, where whatever they put in the mix that they put on the streets clears the streets up pretty quickly. Sometimes the side streets, which I'm on right now, they don't get to them very quickly, but our main streets and interstates are cleared pretty quickly. I hate when I go on walks, I hear sounds and I turn around like, what's that? You never know if a dog is on the loose or whatever. But of course, there's so much construction, people getting their pipes done, because I live in an older neighborhood. So people are always getting pipes and stuff fixed, and plumbing and carpeting going on. Always sounds, and I appreciate sounds, because even though I've lost hearing in my right ear, I can hear. And sounds are beautiful. Sounds embed into your memory, so when you think back and you hear certain sounds, you associate it to a certain time. So I appreciate sound. So mostly what I'm bringing into this day and the days forward is, I just kind of got this off the internet, someone posted, is not to be complacent. Don't get too comfortable, because comfortable don't help you grow. It's okay to be contented, to say whatever state that I am, quoting the Bible, to be contented, but it doesn't mean to be complacent. And I think some of that was what I needed as I go forward in my work, as I was stressing like, oh, testing's coming up and I got to do all this stuff, but that shakes things up, changes from the mundane to get busy and to challenge myself to do the best in something that I sometimes find to be stressful. And after all of that, you get the come down where you completed it, it's over, and you get to sigh a big sigh of relief, and you can say, I did it. So that's what I'm bringing into New Year. I'm bringing into the New Year positive feelings toward things. Like, everything doesn't have to be bad or negative. There's got to be some good into everything, no matter how bad it is. I'm bringing into the new year, lastly, prayer. Prayer changes things. It changes perspective most of all. If anything, it changes how you look at things. And it brings comfort in a situation where you may be disappointed by the answer. But it will bring you comfort. Comfort in knowing that you did pray and you did receive an answer. And in the answer, God said, I'll be with you. And that's what I ask, that in whatever decision that He makes for me, that I will find comfort, that I will find peace, strength, and love. I hope you guys have a good day. I just walked up the block and came back, and guess who's not huffing and puffing right now? This lady right here. Have a good day. Bye.